Hi, welcome. I'm Lynette Moore, your trusted mortgage advisor. Today, I'm breaking down what a mortgage broker really does, what we don't do, and most importantly, who benefits the most. So, what a mortgage broker does, when you work with me or any solid broker, here's what happens behind the scenes. I shop across many lenders. There's thousands of them in Canada, not just one. That means banks, credit unions, monolines, alternative lenders, private lenders. I handle the heavy lifting. I compare the products. I align them with what your goals are because we have a conversation where I care about what you're trying to accomplish. I'll sort the paperwork and I'll do the negotiating on your behalf. I present your file to a potential lender in a way that represents your picture, your income, your lifestyle, your long term plan. Because of the wider access, you'll get better options and you won't have to go to a single bank and be concerned about understanding what they're saying. So, what a mortgage broker doesn't do, so there is a few misconceptions. A broker, we do not make the lending decision for you. The lender still underwrites and approves your mortgage. That means they have the final say. Um, and a broker isn't tied to one particular lender's products. So if you're going to a lender or another broker and someone is just trying to convince you to stay with one particular lender, it's a good time to ask why. Uh, you should have access to all the lenders out there. That's your position. That is what you are coming to a broker for. So a broker doesn't usually cost you any extra. And when I say usually, it's a very small percentage of the time when you would need to have costs for your broker. You should know those upfront anyways if they do apply to your particular situation. But for the most part, the lenders provide the compensation to the brokers. And it is not based on rate. Some people believe that. That's not the case. The compensation that a mortgage broker earns from the lenders is based on your term and your mortgage amount. So those are the what our income is based on, and only after the mortgage funds with that particular lender. So the for most standard mortgages, it's no cost to you, I guess is the point that I wanted to drive home. So the value is in the strategy, it's in the ongoing support that a broker provides. And we don't just hand you a rate and disappear. We're invested ourselves in your entire strategy. So why people are using mortgage brokers today and who you might be. So this is where it gets interesting. So actually, people from all walks of life use mortgage brokers, not because there's a problem, but because it's the smart thing to do. Why wouldn't you want an expert on your side that is unbiased with which lender is is providing the compensation? So maybe you're a first-time home buyer. You have a lot of questions. You're not sure what you need to prepare, what happens at the various stages of the process. A broker can help you. Maybe you're self-employed and there's so many lenders that have a varying selection of policies that potentially fit what you are able to provide in terms of income verification. So maybe your income is non-traditional. Maybe you're in a career transition. These are all things that a broker knows and understands and can advise. Maybe there's a road path. Maybe there's not an opportunity right this minute, but at least you know you're taking the right steps. So it's not a never, it's just a not right now. If you will get the honest feedback from a broker about your situation. So it's a much better feeling to know that there is strategies available to you, there is options. So the other reason somebody might want to use a mortgage broker is if they're buying a second home or maybe an investment property. That can be fairly complicated, of a financial profile, of a file, of what to expect when it comes to how lenders look at rental properties. What is your cost going to be? What kind of down payments you can use? There's ins and outs associated with the investment property that isn't straightforward and that you likely cannot find on Google, because every one of us has a very unique, it's like a fingerprint, with a very unique financial profile. And in addition, we all have our own wants, needs, goals, dreams that we want to keep on the radar. So we don't know what we don't know, and a mortgage broker can help you figure that out. There's so many renewals coming up in our country in the next year and beyond, and the interest rates are expected to be higher than likely what you have been paying with your current mortgage in a fixed environment. So maybe there's a strategy. Maybe you will want to take advantage of the equity in your home without paying any prepayment penalties, lower your mortgage payment, consolidate debt, just even confirmation that the renewal offer that your current lender provided is competitive and is relevant to what your situation is, and maybe how to navigate that with your current lender if it's the best route for you to take. Essentially, I always give advice to my clients that I would give to my own immediate family. So that's something to feel confident about. That's something to give you a little bit of breathing space, and it takes a little bit of the stress away to know that you're working with somebody that you can know, like, and trust. And people don't come to brokers just because banks said no. That is the biggest one. You don't pay us, the lenders do, and we're for everybody, not just for the people that have been turned down by their bank. And if there is another option for you where the broker isn't able to support you through that mortgage process, then you'll know upfront and you will be pointed in the right direction. And that what comes to mind is certain things for multifamily commercial. There's other brokers that specialize in that. Maybe you have a hobby farm, or your property is zoned agricultural. Maybe you're looking for student rentals or short-term rentals. There may be options for you depending on the entire picture that we're looking at. But if it's not something that your broker can help you with, you want to know that sooner than later, and maybe just get some pointers on where to go next to get the answers and the support that you need. So the strategic advantage that you get, because I work with many lenders, I can match you with the one that fits your profile and your goals, not just the easiest place to park your file. I help you anticipate the future changes. So future, your renewal, your next move, your equity strategy, long-term financial flow, what your how your mortgage plays with your investment strategy. We can factor all of those into our conversations, and I'll translate all that fine print for you. There's so much legal jargon, and I want to explain to you what does it mean for you, and what's important, how does it matter. So I want to stay with you long after the closing. When life changes, your mortgage should evolve with you. I want you to share my contact info with your friends and family so that I can help them in the same way that I've been able to help you, being my client. So whether you're buying your first home, you're renewing, you're financing, you're simply curious about your options, let's chat. Let's talk about mortgages. It's not just a tagline. It's actually something I really love to do. And I want to be part of the stepping stones in your life. You deserve someone who knows the market, who knows you, who's looking for your best next move. So reach out anytime. I'm easy to find. Google my name. Also, my website, mortgagemore.ca. I love every minute of this and want to share that with you.